Hey guys, it's Josh, and another day has passed, and here we are again. Yesterday was pretty interesting. I went to work and I worked my full 8 to make sure to get my holiday pay. They definitely make sure that they're extra stringent with the time clocks those days, so I want to make sure that I was being extra stringent myself. Excuse my cell phone. But as I started my day and went through, it was pretty relaxed. A day before a holiday tends to be that way, so it wasn't too crazy. Ended up just going through and just busting out some work for Kroger for the most part. I also do some stuff for Pet Supplies Plus, which is pretty cool, but that's ending soon. We'll be working on something new after that, but I mean, it was pretty cool, nice and chill, nothing crazy. That tends to be that way with the holidays. The factory seems to ramp down. You can feel it within the vibe of the whole factory in general. It just tends to ramp down a hair, and that when it does, it kind of just really brings everyone to a relaxed state, which is kind of nice. Every once in a while, sometimes it can be kind of chaotic. So after that, I ended up going to class and we had our mock interviews today or yesterday technically, but our mock interviews. So, and I went through and I did mine, and I did mine with actual rather than the actual like advisor for my program. I actually did the interview with the advisor of the whole career services program within the college. So that was pretty cool, and I spoke with her and got some cool insight. And then she actually offered some internship possibilities to me that I'm going to have to reach out with another career services person, but she brought them to my attention because she thought I'd be perfect for them. It does seem like I do fairly well in the actual interview setting. I just need to open up more and try to not, I don't know. For me, I have a hard time sometimes with being open and talkative. It's something that I've noticed that I feel like I do fairly well as far as socializing and being able to articulate. But for me, I have a hard time just being able to initiate the actual conversations. I tend to be a little bit more reserved. I feel that I am on the introvert versus extrovert scale. I'm definitely an introvert. I tend to rather chill on my own. Working on my own is something I enjoy more purely because I don't like having to rely on others, things of that nature. And I know some of that has to do with just my personal trust. I feel like I have a hard time giving work away to others purely because um, even with a background like in football and team sports, I always worry that it's not going to be done. And especially in a creative field like this, I find that I am a lot more stringent about how things are done. I think that's pretty natural. And for me, that makes it hard for me to give away work, especially since I tend to really take pride in the storytelling aspect of my videos, or at least I try to as much as possible. Some videos tend to not give you as much capability to do so, but that's kind of just the nature of the game. But when I try to make my own personal projects, I try to tell a story. I'm still learning the storytelling process, but I like to think that I have a pretty good capability to do so, and I want to make sure that I am just taking control of that and really making the most out of those. Because for me, if I'm going to tell my own story with my own camera work and things of that nature, I really want to make sure that I have control of all aspects. That's just who I am and the way that I work, and that's just okay for me. And I don't really mind that that's the case. I really have made a point on trying to grow my skills, and one of the shortcomings that I've realized is that for me, as much as I can work in a team environment, if it's a personal project, the team environment for me actually is a hindrance. But in like more of a professional work environment, being in a team doesn't bother me as much. I feel like it depends on how much personal motivations I have within the project. If it's something where I'm telling a story or it's my project, I'm going to be less prone to have other people have their hands in it. Which will mean that when I start going into larger scale projects, I'm going to have to learn to deal with this, figure out the best way to deal with this, and learn to cope with those things, purely because that is the environment and the media that we're in. It's something that as I have grown, I've realized that I deal with. I would say that I'm a control freak in many ways. I like being in control of my destiny. I like being in control of the creations that I make and things of that nature. So that was just kind of how it goes. But kind of going back to the actual interview, I did well. She said that I did well. I ended up getting 100% on the interview itself, the mock interview. And then with that, actually, that was the only thing they really had scheduled for us for the day. So I ended up going home early, coming home, and I finished the vlog from 2 days ago. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this. I think that I've found the way, so I'm going to stick to that. But yeah, and I have some other schoolwork that I need to finish. I want to finish up my website. I've been kind of ticking along at that. It's just been going slow. And then another thing, I need to start working on my horror project. Is kind of taking a hit, and I'm going to have to move back dates again, just because that's just the way it's going to be. But yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down, move back dates again, and really start buckling down on this. With class being the way it is lately, it's just made it very difficult for me to do so. And I'm really gonna take advantage of the new free time I have, starting at the end of next week, to really make the most of that. With only 3 classes left, it's pretty crazy. So I'm getting excited, nervous but excited, So, but yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.